Hello, my name is Olga and today I would like to show you the image of the cross-stitch project I have finished. You can see it on the background of the screen now. I will come a bit closer to the image, to the project itself, once I will talk about some technical details, but I will leave it in the background for you to see in the meanwhile. I have finished this cross-stitch project some time ago, but I kept some materials I was using for it, the packaging of the kit and remains of the floss. So I decided to make a little video in case you will be thinking of making similar project and to tell you my experience with it. It was my first full stitch cross-stitch project I have done, and I enjoyed it a lot, but also it had some challenges involved, so I'm gonna talk about a little details. As you have probably guessed, that's a cross-stitch project pattern made after the painting of Van Gogh. It's called a Wheatfield with Cypress, and it was bought as a kit made by DMC from the series of the National Gallery. I have an idea of making some cross-stitch projects that resemble the existing images of famous artists, so I could have a little picture gallery in my own house. So this was the first one of the series which I want to make. Right now I'm finishing the Starry Night by Van Gogh, which will be added to the collection. And there are a couple more projects I want to do as well. So let me first show you the packaging which I kept. I hope it is visible. I will put it a bit in the back. So this is how it looked like. It is a simple paper bag with the name of the company and the name of the project and the series on top. What I really like about this packaging is that it has a real stitching displayed on the packaging itself, so you can see how actual the stitching will look like once you're done, and it is very similar to the one I have at the end. So this is really great. It's not just a mock-up, it is a real stitch, a photo of a real stitched project finished by some artist before. And this was absolutely brilliant, and I really liked looking at it just as I was stitching and dreaming of coming to the end and seeing the same on my own project. In the background you can see some information about the project, the kit. Again, you see the full image, the photo of the full image, and the sizing of it is 11.5 to 9 inches or 29 to 23 inches. It came together with a 16 count Aida fabric, so it's not 14, it's a bit smaller, and also it had a needle in the kit as well, as usual. The fabric itself, the Aida, was not very stiff and it was nice to work at with. It was not pre-graded, so I had to grade it myself, but I don't think anyone has any problems with that. Also, the packaging shows some other images from the same series. This is a bit outdated set because now they have added more images here. So you can also choose more Van Gogh images and Renoir and Seurat and Monet. Right now they have some additional images in their website, so of the ones they have added recently, I wanna buy another image, which is The Great Wave of Kanagawa by the Hokusai, the Japanese artist. It is a very famous picture, and I'll insert the image of it somewhere here for you to see. But so this is the packaging of the kit. Here how it looks like, and let's go further. So as I said, the size of the project is 11.5 to 9 inches or 29 to 23 centimeters, and it was using 36 colors of DMC thread. I also kept the leftovers of the thread to show. Here they are. They're a bit wrinkly because I've been keeping them in a not very good condition, but it still makes sense. So there are 3 thread holders that were included in the package. Each of them has the sign which was used on the schema and the number of the DMC thread. The threads themselves were a bit knotty. I got some knots, especially on some lighter blue colors. They were having a lot of problems with, having a lot of problems with some knots on them. But eventually you can manage through them. Of all the threads I had, some of them were used completely, so some symbols miss any threads here, as you can see, because I have used them completely. But whilst the others there are still quite a lot of them left, as you can see. On this image, I was not doing parking method. I was working by color, so probably it affected the usage of the threads. So it will depend on the project, on the way you work, but I would say that probably it will be better to be a bit more economic with the usage of the thread. Don't just leave the long ends and so on. Speaking about long ends, what I really disliked about the cut of the thread is that it is so short. You can see it here. So when folded twice, the thread itself is probably, well, maybe like 10 inches long. And this is not the way I like to work with my threads. So I either had to take 2 together and make a knot and use it this way, or I had to finish the thread very fast, very soon, and I had to add another one, which is a bit annoying if you ask me, but I know that this is the recommended length, which all the instructions advise to use, so probably it works for some people, but definitely doesn't work for me. I'm like this Freddie Mercury stitching, embroidering meme. I will add it somewhere here as well, but I'm like that. I prefer my thread to be very long. So that's something I did not especially like about the kit. Other than that, the threads are pretty soft and nice to use. The colors, beautiful, very pastel. This is wonderful color schema of yellows and blues and grays together. So I like it a lot. I like this color combination, and I think it will look good in many interiors, no matter if you like modern interior or you prefer traditional interior. I think it will look great pretty much everywhere, even in the child's room, in the library, in the living room, wherever else you might think of that. To match it, I have chosen the frame of this slightly shabby rustic style, which has those edges which of a different color. So I thought it looked very nice, and the color of the frame itself pretty much matches one of the colors in the project. So we were discussing this in the frame shop, and we decided that this is the best frame to pick for this project, and I'm very happy with that. Speaking about project again, there is one more thing I wanted to mention, is the schema itself. It is black and white. As you can see, the symbols are pretty distinguished from each other. There is not such a thing as the one symbol looking very close to another one and you don't know which one is which, so it was good. As you can see, it has a lot of confetti in each square, which is obvious because this is the nature of the project. What I did not like especially about this scheme is that it's such a huge page. So it consists of 2 pages like this, covering the whole project, but each page is just enormous. And it's very uncomfortable to work with a page like this if you are marking your stitchings out. Even if you're not, it's still uncomfortable to hold it around, to unwrap it, and so on. So what I did do is I made a photocopy of each half of the page and kept them as a separately. So I kept the pages themselves clean at home. I did not take them anywhere, but I was using photocopies while I was working, and I was marking my progress as I was going. I don't do this anymore in my current projects, but for that one I was doing this. So overall, I think despite the fact that the kit has some negative sides, as from my perspective, I really like the kit itself, and I really like the idea of them having a lot of project kits made from the famous pictures. To finish my video, I just wanted to show the stitch project as it is by itself. I just wanted to show how nice it looks like and bring a bit more details by zooming in. Unfortunately, I cannot bring it too close to the camera because of the reflection of the glass, which is on top of the project. But I hope it will be quite obvious how good the pattern is, how good the kit is, and how nice the finished project looks like. Thank you very much for watching it, for stopping by. I hope you will have a lot of nice projects coming on your way, and you will be very happy stitching and finishing them as much as I was stitching this one. I will put the link to the series of DMC page down in the link below, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.